Hello, welcome to my lecture. Now look at the picture and will you predict the content of our lecture? Thank you. Now today's lecture is about classification of English consonant sounds. Type of the lecture: online learning during coronavirus lockdown. I am Zöre Badanbekqızı. Aim of the lecture: the formation of students' linguistic, intercultural, communicative, and professional adaptive competencies on the topic. Objective: to characterize the articulatory classification of English consonants. Learning outcomes: by the end of the lecture, you will be able to differentiate the articulatory classification of English consonants. Now here are some keywords. Consonant sounds according to presence, absence, articulatory principles, vocal cords, abstraction, articulatory organs, occlusive, constrictive, voiceless, voiced. Now, dear friends, drag your dot to how you are feeling. Thank you. Now, today we are going to work with PDF program, and there is a link I have sent. And let's revise the previous lecture's topic. And you have to answer some questions. What did you learn from the homework? There are 6 questions. You are given 5 minutes. Write your responses. Thank you. Before starting our lecture, will you answer to some brainstorming questions? There are 6 brainstorming questions. If you can't, do not worry, just be happy. You have 5 minutes. Thank you. And the word consonant comes from Latin, sounding together. And you should remember the pronunciation of consonant. American version consonant, British consonant. In articulatory phonetics, a consonant is a speech sound that is articulated with complete or partial closure of the vocal tract. Examples: P pronounced with the lips, T pronounced with the front of the tongue, K pronounced with the back of the tongue, H pronounced in the throat, so on and so forth. Since the number of possible sounds in all of the world's languages is much greater than the number of letters in any one alphabet, linguists have devised systems such as the International Phonetic Alphabet, IPA. Now you should remember to sign a unique and unambiguous symbol to teach attested consonant. In fact, the English alphabet has fewer consonant letters than English has consonant sounds. So, digraphs like CH, SH, TH, and ZH are used to extend the alphabet, and some letters and digraphs represent more than one consonant. For example, the sound spelled TH in this is different consonant from the th sound in thin. Here, consonant and vowel sounds by IPA. Now let's turn to classification of English consonant sounds. 24 English consonant sounds can be classified according to the following articulatory principles: the presence or absence of voice and the work of vocal cords, the active organs of speech and the place of articulation, the manner of articulation and the type of abstraction, or the position of the soft palate. Articulatory classification of English consonant sounds. Main principles of classification. First, according to the work of vocal cords and according to the force of articulation. Now, first, according to this classification, English consonants are subdivided into voiced and lenis and voiced fricatives. B, D, G, V, Z, Z, R, J, Z, R. Now please pay attention to the sound G. Remember how to write this sound. Now second, voiceless, fortis or strong. P, T, F, S, Sh, Ch, H. Sonorants or sonorous. O, W, R, Y. According to the manner of articulation: occlusive, plosive, occlusive, plosive, voiced, occlusive, plosive, voiceless. Now, I have already read the sounds, and I am not going to stop my or your attention to the pronunciation of these consonants. Now, the third classification is according to the position of the active organs of speech and according to the place of articulation. Labal, bilabal, labidental, lingual. 4 lingual, interdental, alveolar, postalveolar, medialingual, palatal or palatal alveolar, backlingual velar or glottal. Now, articulatory phonetics is the study of how human beings produce sound. Here, the organs of speech which participate in pronouncing this or that English consonant sounds. Now, the place of articulation here, you can see the picture and their names, yeah. Now, manner of articulation. How close the active and passive articulators come to each other refers to the way in which the A stream is modified in the vocal tract. Voiced and voiceless consonants. Pay attention how vocal cords work. When vocal cords are drawn tight, they produce a voice sound. When vocal cords are spread apart, they produce voiceless sounds. What is the difference between articulation and the pronunciation? You should remember. Now, to sum up, articulation is using speech organs to make sounds. Pronunciation is the manner a word needs to be sounded when speaking. Now we are going to watch video about the classification or articulatory phonetics. Before listening task, first, match the definitions with vocabulary. You have 3 minutes. Thank you. Now watch the video introduction to articulatory phonetics and be ready to answer them, to answer the questions.
Hey everybody, welcome. Thanks for joining us. So today we will be talking about articulatory phonetics. This is the study of how speech sounds are produced in the vocal tract. All of our articulators in our vocal tracts must work in concert to produce just one speech sound. This is to say nothing of the complexity of these motor routines in casual speech. So, just a note, we will be focusing on the phonetics of spoken languages, and more specifically, consonant sounds in North American English in this video. So, what's the difference between consonants and vowels, you might ask? Well, basically, consonants involve some constriction of airflow, whereas vowels do not. When linguists describe consonant sounds, we use 3 criteria: voicing, place of articulation, and manner of articulation. Let's talk about each of these in turn. Voicing, or state of the glottis, refers to what the vocal folds are doing. When air passes through open vocal folds, we call these voiceless sounds. When air passes through vibrating vocal folds, we call these voiced sounds. You can feel the difference between voiced and voiceless sounds by putting your hand right here on your Adam's apple if you're a male, or where your Adam's apple would be if you're a female. So produce these 2 sounds in succession. S, z, s, z. Which one produces the vibration? You should feel that z produces a vibration, so it's a voiced sound, whereas s does not produce the vibration, so it's a voiceless sound. Place of articulation refers to where in the vocal tract the constriction of airflow takes place. Bilabial sounds are produced with both lips, like p, b, m. Labiodental sounds are produced with the upper teeth and the lower lip, such as f, v. Interdental sounds are produced with the tongue in between the upper and lower teeth, such as th, th. Alveolar sounds are produced with the tongue at or near the ridge right behind the upper front teeth, such as t, d, s. Palatal sounds are produced at the hard palate or the roof of the mouth, such as sh, zh, y. Velar sounds are produced at the velum or soft palate, such as k, g. And glottal sounds are produced at the glottis or the space between the vocal folds, such as h, or the catch in the throat as in Batman. Manner of articulation refers to how the airflow is constricted in the vocal tract. Stop sounds result from a complete constriction of airflow, followed by a release of that air, such as p, t, k, b, d, g. Fricatives are sounds produced when the tongue approaches but does not make contact with a place of articulation, causing a bottleneck of the airflow. And this gives the sound a friction-like quality, such as v, f, z, sh. Affricates result from a sequence of stop plus fricative in rapid succession. So the affricate ch represents t plus sh, just as the affricate j results from d plus j. Nasal sounds are produced when the velum is lowered, allowing air to pass through the nasal cavity, such as Liquid sounds are produced by allowing air to pass by one or both sides of the tongue, and the tongue itself can move a lot to shape the sound, such as Glide sounds are produced with very little constriction of airflow, so little, in fact, that they are often referred to as semivowels, such as w, y. And finally, we have tap sounds. Tap sounds involve a rapid flick of the tongue to some place of articulation. In North American English, we only really have one tap, and that's at the alveolar ridge. You can hear the tap sound in the word butter, butter. Now notice where we write it with two T's in English that your tongue is producing a tap sound there rather than a full stop or plosive sound. So in North American English you say butter. Now as compared to in received pronunciation where you say butter, that involves a full t stop. Okay, we've discussed these three criteria for describing consonant sounds: voicing, place of articulation, and manner of articulation. And when linguists talk about a consonant sound, they do so in that order. So, for example, the sound b is considered a voiced bilabial stop. S is a voiceless alveolar fricative. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. So please check out our other videos, including articulatory phonetics and vowels, and also how to navigate the International Phonetic Alphabet. See you later.
Now, thank you for watching and answer the following questions. It is not necessary to answer them. What did you catch? Don't worry, you have time to watch again and answer to these all questions. You have 5 minutes. Thank you. Circle how you are feeling. With the help of Peer Deck, you have minute. Thank you. Draw or type 2 things you learned in today's lesson. You have 2 minutes. Well done. Reflect on today's activities. What did you like? What didn't you like? What was easy? What was hard? Of course, you must use Peer Deck platform. You are given 2 minutes. Thank you. While assessing yourself or your own work, please, I would like you to use such types of phrases, sentences. It will help you. Thank you. Draw conclusions. What conclusions do you draw from the information? You have 3 minutes. Thank you. Any questions? The lesson is over. Goodbye. Bye-bye.